So at the time, a lot of people saw the song as a celebration of the world turning against America. But for Burton Cummings, it was more a celebration of Canadian women. So in Behind the Tracks today, we're looking at the original version of the Guess Who, written by the whole band, of course, American Woman. Now, the song by the Guess Who was released January 1970 from the album of the same name, and what a way to start the decade. It was later released in March 70 as a single, Back with No Sugar Tonight, and it reached number one for 3 weeks, commencing May 9th on both the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 and the Canadian RBM Magazine singles charts. Billboard Magazine placed the single as number 3 to year-end Hot 100 Singles of 70 lists. It was listed as number 5 for 1970 our RPM year-end chart. At the time, they and Elvis were their two biggest rock successes that year. On May 22nd, 70, the single was certified as gold by the RIAA. It also reached the top 10 in the Netherlands, Switzerland, and Austria, and the top 20 in UK and New Zealand. Produced by Jack Richardson, the single was recorded on August 3rd, 1369, at RCA's Mid-America Recording Center in Chicago. Now, the album version has the big intro at the start, kind of what do you call it, a spoken word version, but the single version is still quite long at 3:50. Now, according to Rolling Stone, it comes under blues rock, hard rock, and psychedelic rock. The music and lyrics of the song American Woman were improvised on stage during a concert in Sutton, Ontario. The Guess Who guitarist Randy Bachman recalled it being at a concert in Kitchener, although Cummings, the lead singer, said it was at the Broom and Stone, a curly rink in Scarborough, which is good acoustics. Bachman was playing the notes while tuning his guitar after replacing a broken string, and he realized he was playing a new riff that he wanted to remember. He continued playing it, and the other band members returned to the stage and joined in, creating a jam session in which Cummings improvised the lyrics. You notice a kid with a cassette recorder making a bootleg recording and asking for the tape. He listened to the tape and noted down the words that Cummings had extemporized, which he later revised. The song lyrics have been a matter of debate, often interpreted as an attack on U.S. politics, especially the draft. Cummings, who composed the lyrics, said in 2013 that it had nothing to do with politics, and it had more to do with Canadian women. What was on my mind was that girls in the States seemed to get older quicker than our girls, and it made them well dangerous. When I said American women stay away from me, I rarely meant Canadian women, I prefer you. It was all a happy accident. Now, Jim Cale, the group's bass player, explained his take on the lyrics. The popular misconception that it was a chauvinistic tune was anything but the case. The fact was, we become a very straight-laced, conservative, laid-back country, and all of a sudden, there we were in Chicago, Detroit, New York, all these horrendously large places with their big city problems. After one particularly grinding tour, it was just a real treat to go home and see the girls we had grown up with. Also, the war was going on, and it was terribly unpopular. We didn't have a draft in Canada, and we were grateful for that. A lot of people call it anti-American, but it wasn't really. We weren't anti-anything. John Lennon once said that the meanings of all songs come after they are recorded. Someone else has to interpret them. Bachman expressed a view in 2014 that it was an anti-war protest song, explaining that when he came up on stage, the band and the audience had a problem with the Vietnam War. Said Randy, we've been touring the States. This was late 60s. One time at the USS Canada Porter, North Dakota, they tried to draft us and send us to Vietnam. We're back in Canada, playing in the safety of Canada, where the dance is full of draft dodgers who've all left the States. And yes, the problems at the border in 2025 may have started in North Dakota. It's a commonly held myth that the Guess Who were invited to play the White House on July 1770, shortly after the song's release, because of its perceived anti-American lyrics. Pat Nixon, the wife of President Richard Nixon, asked that he not play American Woman. Now, Burton Cummings on vocals, Randy Bachman on lead and rhythm guitar, Jim Cale on bass, and Gary Peterson on drums. While most of the band's charting songs during this period were credited to just Bachman and Cummings, or the two of them, this piece was credited to all four members of the band, in keeping it with the way it was first improvised it together on stage. This full band writing credit happened only one other time in the Guess Who single, with their top 20 Canadian hit Follow Your Daughter Home, albeit with a different lineup, and Bachman was gone. So just in the charts, number 6 in Argentina, 43 in Australia, 19 UK, Canada number 1, Switzerland number 4, Austria number 7, Netherlands number 4, New Zealand listener 16, Billboard 1, Cashbox 1, end of year charts, Australia 105, Canada number 5, Netherlands 76, Billboard Hot 100 number 3, US Cashbox 7. Now in Canada, it went 2 times platinum and sold 1 million copies in the States. Now, ironically, American singer-songwriter Lenny Kravitz covered American Woman for the soundtrack of Austin Powers' The Spy Who Shagged Me. Released as a single in May 1999, it was later included on a reissue of Kravitz's 98 album 5. Kravitz's version, which he produced himself, is slower and softer than the original without the guitar solo. He later said to Randy Bachman, he skipped lead guitar part, he said, I couldn't play it. I couldn't get the sound. I couldn't get the tone. It reached top 20 and won Best Male Rock Vocal Performance at a 2000 Grammys. Top 20, Finland, Australia, Iceland, New Zealand, Spain. Number 26 in Canada, number 49 in the States. The music video, directed by Paul Hunter, featured a beautiful actress, Heather Gabe, who starred in The Spy Who Shagged Me. In 1999, the Guess Who joined Kravitz and his band for a live performance at American Woman at the Much Music Video Awards. Now, again, the radio edit, I think is the same. Let me check here. Yes, it's close to the same distance as the musical distance as the original. So the UK and European CD single, American Woman, Field of Joy. For Australasian CD EP, American Woman, Straight Gold Player, Thinking of You and Fields of Joy. Now in the charts, Australia 14, Canada 26, Rock Alternative Canada number 2, Finland 16, France 88, Germany 78, Iceland number 2, Netherlands Tiparade number 8, single top 159, New Zealand 12, Spain 19, Sweden 59, Billboard Hot 100 49, Adult Alternative number 18, Adult Pop Airplay 23, Alternative Airplay number 7, Mainstream Rock number 3, and U.S. Pop Airplay on Billboard number 17. Year-end charts, Australia 71, Canada Rock Alternative number 12, U.S. Adult Top 40 number 79, U.S. Mainstream Rock 14, U.S. Mainstream Top 40 96, and U.S. Modern Rock Tracks 24. End of year charts, U.S. Adult Top 40 Billboard 87 and U.S. Mainstream Top 40 96. Now Australia 35,000 copies, and get this, United States 655,489. Now that's specific. Release history: May 10th, 99 in mainstream rock, active rock, and alternative radio. June 21st, 99. Halt Adult Contemporary, Modern Adult Contemporary, Contemporary Hit Radio, all in version, and a CD and cassette August 30th, 1999, which is in the UK. Now, other cover versions. American Woman was covered by numerous artists. Crocus in 82, the Butthole Service in 85, and the Memphis alternative rock band Muddy Magnolias borrowed the title to reference the main riff in the song's bridge, but The American Woman is otherwise a different song. Now, it's featured in numerous movies. The song was featured in the Academy Award-winning Sam Mendes Oscar winner American Beauty, performed by the main character Lester Burnham, played by Kevin Spacey. Sam Eagle, voiced by Eric Jacobson, performed a karaoke version of the song in a Muppets viral video, and he stops in protest of his lyrics and finds that it's a Canadian song even more upsetting. It was used in a trailer for the 2012 HBO film Game Change, a version sung by an older man at a karaoke bar and a cable guy, and of course American Woman was featured in The Spy Who Shagged Me with Felicity Shagwell dancing provocatively whilst it played. The song was featured in an episode of Due South's first season, Stephen Baker's Day Off, The Dog, and of course Kelly Clarkson recorded a TV version for the Paramount TV series American Woman. Though to some it's an anti-war song, but to me it's all about something I can't say, but it rhymes with fussy. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like Lenny Kravitz, if you like the American Woman version, look to the Guess Who. But basically what we're saying, they were touring in the States, and the groupies kind of, not say disgusted them, but they were a little bit too modern, as we say. They've been through the wars, and the Canadian girls at home were more, Wheatfield soul and all that. Blonde, blue-eyed, beautiful Quebec women, beautiful Ontario women, maritime women. And, Canadian women are better than American women. You know why? None of our women here have voted for Trump. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here with Behind the Tracks, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.